Chapter 8, Mishnah 7. The previous Mishnah, which discussed a water cistern shared by two courtyards, presented a dispute as to whether the wall that passes over the cistern legally divides the water between the two courtyards. This Mishnah applies the same dispute to another water source, this one inside a single courtyard. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. If a water canal coming from a river passes through a courtyard, and the courtyard wall runs over the top of the canal, thereby enclosing part of it within the courtyard, we may not draw water from the canal on Shabbos unless they made a partition within the canal itself that is 10 tefachim high to separate the section of the canal in the courtyard from the part outside of it. They must make this partition both at the canal's entrance to the courtyard and at its exit from it. The canal itself must be clearly enclosed within the borders of the courtyard. Rabbi Yehuda disagrees. Rabbi Yehuda says the courtyard wall that passes over the canal may be considered a valid partition, even though it was not built specifically to separate the canal water. As such, water may be drawn from the canal without placing new partitions within the canal. Rabbi Yehuda cites an incident to support his position. Rabbi Yehuda says it happened with a canal that flowed through the courtyards of the town of Avel, that they would draw water from it on Shabbos by authority of the elders, even though the canal had no partitions within it. Apparently then, the elders accepted Rabbi Yehuda's position that water may be drawn from a canal that has no partitions within it. The rabbis told Rabbi Yehuda in response, that incident is not a proof because the canal in that town did not have the minimum dimensions to qualify as an independent domain. In that case, all agree that extra partitions are not needed to permit drawing water from the canal. Had the canal been large enough to be considered a domain of its own, however, the elders would not have allowed water to be drawn from it without a partition inside the canal.